All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and get started. I want to say thank you to everybody being here. Let me go ahead and get the lines muted out, and then we'll go ahead and start sharing our screen. All right. We are recording tonight's presentation as well. So first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. I could not be more excited to share this opportunity with each and every one of you. Before I get started, I want to give you a little bit of my personal background. I've been married 18 years to my beautiful wife, Summer. She's my business partner. We have 6 children together, 3 boys and 3 girls, and we love entrepreneurship. We've been entrepreneurs our entire adult life. We've owned a number of traditional businesses, and we were introduced to the network marketing industry about 12 years ago. A very good friend that we respected, who lived in our neighborhood, kept inviting us to this meeting that he was having. And I have to tell you guys that I was extremely skeptical. In fact, I kept coming up with excuses why I couldn't make his meeting. And, finally, I realized that the height of all stupidity is forming an opinion without knowing all the facts. And so I made the decision that I was going to go take a closer look. And what I found was not at all what I perceived. What I found was a great way to start building an additional income producing asset. Now, at that time, we owned a business. We did quite well financially. But the one thing that I didn't have was a lot of time. You see, I woke up in the morning, and back then we had 3 young children that were in diapers. And I kissed them on the way out the door in the morning. And when I'd get home late at night, I'd kiss them as they were just going to bed. So for me, I was looking for more time to be able to do the things that I wanted to do rather than the things that I had to do. I'm sure some of you can probably relate to that. The biggest challenge for me was I was excited about the opportunity, but I just didn't have any time. I didn't see how I could go and build another business. But let me tell you what I found. What I found is that you can build this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. That's what makes it so special. And I'll give you an example. What I found is I just started becoming more acutely aware of the conversations around me. And what I would hear were people saying things like, man, it's Sunday. I can't believe I got to go back to work tomorrow. Or, you know what? I can't afford to go on vacation. Or, you know what? I don't like my job. I don't like my boss. And, what I found is that people in general aren't that happy. And so, and here's the thing. I want you guys to participate with me on this. I want you to type into the chat box. I want you to drop an I if this applies to you. Okay, just an I in the chat box. How many of you know someone that will go to bed tonight saying a prayer asking for financial solutions? I want you to drop an I in the chat box. If you know someone that'll go to bed tonight, maybe it's even you. You see, what I found, look at the numbers, they're starting to come in. Each and every one of us, it's crazy because now more than ever before in the history of our economy, people are looking for solutions and they have no idea where to turn. And so what I found is that if I just positioned myself as the solution. So when somebody said, gosh, I can't afford to, whatever it was that they couldn't afford, I'd say, listen, well, maybe I can help. You see, I recently got involved in a little business that we're pretty excited about. It may be a good fit for you and it may not, but I'd love to give you some more information. Are you open to taking a look? And then I would allow the tools to do the work for me. And what happened was over time, we started to attract people that were just like us, that wanted more, they wanted better, they think bigger, they dream bigger, they don't want to settle in life. Most people, they've settled and they believe that living paycheck to paycheck with maxed out credit cards and broken dreams is the norm. So what we did is we just started offering hope. And as a result of that, we started to attract people to our business and it started to grow. In the first year, we weren't breaking any records. We made probably an extra $15,000 that year. But that $15,000, it did something for us that I don't think that you can put a price tag on. It gave us peace of mind. What would it feel like to you if you knew you had an extra $1,000 a month coming in right now? How would it make a difference if you just had a residual income, $1,000 a month coming in from where you are? It's an extra $12,000 in income. What would that do for you? For us, it just allowed us to breathe a little easier. I joke now and I say that it was summer shoe money, but in all reality, that's what it did. It gave us peace of mind. But what I fell in love with was this concept of leverage. Because for me, I didn't have a lot of time, but what I found is that as our business started to grow, and pretty soon we had 10 and then 20 and then 30 and then 50 and then 100 and a couple hundred people into our organization, and they were all doing the same thing. They were going to work full-time to pay their bills, but in their part-time or spare time, they were working on building their fortune. But when you added up all of those hours, it created a tremendous amount of leverage. And that's what got me excited. The second year, we made about $30,000 that year. So now we're making about $2,500 a month residual income. We still had our traditional business coming in. For the first time in my life, I'm paying down debt. We're traveling together as a family. We're investing. And then 2008 came along and the mortgage industry crashed and we lost everything. Like, it was the most humbling experience of my life, you guys. Like, we had our cars taken from us. We had one car that we were literally hiding in our neighbor's garage because we didn't want to have it repossessed. We had our home taken from us. We had a code in our house. This is no joke. We had a code in our house that when somebody knocked at the door, our children knew to freeze and they would just look at each other because we didn't want people to know that we were home because we assumed it was a debt collector. So that's where we were. The only way that we were able to put food on the table is with that little side business that we had started a couple of years prior. And thankfully that we did that. And so Summer and I, we decided, we locked arms and said, we are going to go all in. We're going to go all in on this business and we're going to recapture what we've lost. And I share that story for a reason, because I know that some of you are going through the fire right now. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe financially things aren't going well. Here's what I want you to understand. Sometimes we go through those challenges in life to push us down a different path to exactly where we're supposed to be and who we're meant to be. So I don't think that it's a coincidence that you're here tonight. You know, we decided to go all in, and over the next year, we were able to replace our income in this industry. But my quality of life totally changed because now I was working from home. I was walking the kids to the bus stop in the morning. I was home when they get home from school. We started to travel together as a family. My quality of life totally changed. My relationship with my family improved. And over the last 9 years, this industry has allowed us to be able to travel the world, live life on our own terms, to be able to own our own lifestyle. And that is what I'm most grateful for. And so, you know, I want to invite all of you to pay close attention tonight, because I promise you that when I went to that first meeting 12 years ago, I didn't know that it would lead me here to sharing our story with you. But my hope is that my story in some way will give you hope that there is a way to be able to live your dream life. And that's really what this is about. So I want to introduce you to World Global Network. So first of all, let me play a little income disclosure for you.
Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
You know, I love that our company starts with this, because there's so many companies that are out there that they speak as if it's a get-rich-quick deal. And it's not. This is a business just like any other business. It requires hard work, smart work, dedication, commitment, perseverance. It's not get-rich-quick, but it is get-rich-possible. Now listen, who is World Global Network? We're a 5-year-old company. We're a publicly traded company. We went onto the stock exchange in January of 2016. The call sign is WRMT. Our vision is to be the largest network marketing technology-based company in the world. We're currently in 195 countries with 15 offices worldwide. In 2015, we did $157 million in sales. We have a AAA rating on the Direct Sales Association. We are currently ranked number 77 worldwide after just 5 years amongst thousands of other network marketing companies. And we're partnered with this small little technology company that some of you might have heard of called Toshiba. Now, one of the things that I look at when I'm getting involved in any opportunity as the person at the helm, I join people first and company second. And I believe that the best track record for future performance is always past performance. And as I started to look at Mr. Fabio Galdi, his track record, I was blown away. This is a guy who founded the second largest internet provider in Italy, the fifth largest in Europe, started a company called Mecatech that's a giant in Asia, introduced one of the world's first LCD touchscreen computers to the marketplace. He successfully introduced one of the world's first voice over IP platforms to the market. This is a guy that has continually been innovating, and he is revered as kind of a Steve Jobs 2.0. I also look for momentum. I look for excitement. I look for indicators that there is a lot going on at this company. And what I found is quite a few of those indicators. Number one, we were voted as the ambassador of network marketing in 2016. So our standards and ethics are where they need to be. We were ranked number 77 among all kinds of companies by the Direct Selling News, thousands of companies, number 77, ranked number 90, solid most 100 companies, AAA rating. We had the top CEO 2 years in a row. Get this, we had the number 4 most visited website in the entire world of network marketing last year. We were currently ranked in the top 5 momentum companies in the world. I would dare say number 1, and I'll share with you why I can say that confidently. Last night, we had a webinar, and it was a worldwide webinar, and we had 51,000 people on that webinar last night. We reached over 200,000 people live, people that were watching and viewing the presentation live. In fact, I know that is a record in the network marketing profession. And I can tell you this with confidence, everybody is watching what is happening here right now. We have 10% of the top 100 earners in all of network marketing currently in this company. And there's no bigger sign than what's happening with the stock. If you guys look, in January of 2016, we went public. We opened at 9 cents a share. Within a year, we were trading at over $16 a share. Just yesterday, today we were up over $24 per share. Those type of growth trends just don't happen unless there is something significant that is happening, and that's exactly what's going on here. What's happening is we have the number 1 product story in the wearable technology industry. And if you look at that industry, it is exploding. In 2013, it was an $8 million a year industry. 2016, $111 million. In 2013, 123 million wearable devices were sold. Guys, there's only 350 million people in the United States. But what's exciting is over the next 3 years, Forbes projects that this industry will be worth $34 billion. If you knew that there was an emerging industry and you could be involved in the number 1 product story positioned in front of that trend, would you want to be a part of it? Yes or no? I learned long ago that if you want to make a lot of money, just figure out where people are going and try to get there faster. Now, listen, World's goal is to capture 3% of the wearable device market by 2020. Now, to do that, we will sell 12 million devices, which puts us at a $3 billion company. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. A $3 billion company, that puts us in the top 10 of all companies in the network marketing industry. Most of those companies have been around 20 or 30 years. Now, here's the thing. I've been a part of companies that have said, you know what? We're going to be the next $1 billion company. We're going to be the next $1 billion company. But here's why I know that we're serious. We've already sold 500,000 devices worldwide during a 10-month pre-launch. This product wasn't introduced until July of last year. So during a 10-month pre-launch, sharing a simple 2-minute video. To give you an idea of how much impact that we have had, we now own 5.3% of all of the sales in the mobile health wearable device category, and we just started, you guys, 10 months ago. For us to be able to achieve our goal of selling 12 million devices, we only need to own 1.3% of the market share. We already own over 5%. We're number 4 in the world. Fitbit being number 1, Garmin being number 2, we're number 4. And by the end of this year, we will move into the number 2 position. And we're just getting started. If you knew that 12 million devices were going to be sold over the next 24 months, and that you knew that you could earn a percentage off of every one of those sales, would you want to be a part of it? Yes or no? Let me ask you a question. Are you guys familiar with Fitbit? Fitbit, right? It's a little band that calculates your calories, your steps. It started in 2008. They sold 20 million devices in 2015. They're worth $8 billion today. So here's the question. Knowing what you know today about Fitbit, if you could go back in time and be one of the very first to get involved, and you could get paid on every single device sold anywhere in the world, would you have done it, yes or no? Would you have done it, yes or no? Let me see in the chat box. Would you have gotten involved? If you knew you could earn a percentage off of every single one of those sales, would you have done it, yes or no? Imagine, you guys, imagine not too long ago, we are the first ever to revolutionize the healthcare industry. But we're not just revolutionizing the healthcare industry, we're revolutionizing the technology industry and the home-based business industry at the exact same time. This thing is like Fitbit only on steroids. Hilo stands for Health and Lifestyle Oracle. For those of you that don't know what the Hilo is yet, let me introduce you to it.
Introducing Hilo, the world's first health and lifestyle oracle, a real-time health monitoring device with disease prediction. Unlike any other wearable device on the planet, Hilo can monitor the most important measurements, including heart rate, blood pressure, breath rate, daily steps, calories burned, and Hilo can even perform an EKG. Hilo can also sense your mood if you're excited or even if you're fatigued. Paired with the latest smartphone application, you can now track the health and well-being of your loved ones. Imagine being able to monitor your aging parents even if you're thousands of miles away, or getting an alert if your spouse's blood pressure is too high. Hilo not only monitors your important measurements, but it produces a daily, weekly, and monthly health report that you can provide to your trainer or physician. In the near future, Hilo will be able to monitor blood sugar levels, alcohol levels in our blood, oxygen levels, temperature, and even keep disease-delivering mosquitoes away. But Hilo is more than the world's most advanced health monitoring device. Hilo can also alert you if your loved ones are in danger. Unfortunately, more and more women and children go missing each day, according to the FBI. With Hilo, a child walking home from school can now press the panic button twice, and his or her Hilo guardians can be sent an emergency alert via text, notifying their guardians that they need help. And what's amazing is that the guardians will get the exact GPS location of their loved one. Let's take a look at another scenario. What if you're taking a walk around your neighborhood and you sense danger lurking? Having that peace of mind to simply alert your loved ones can be a lifesaver. Now that you've seen the power of this revolutionary product, I'm positive you're ready to order one for you and your family members. However, Hilo is not found in stores. Hilo can only be purchased online. So click on the Buy It Now link or fill out our form to get more information about the Hilo right now.
So let me tell you what I thought when I first saw this video. So the first thing I thought was, this is pretty relevant. You know, this is something that I definitely would wear. I know that my friends could use, and it just made sense to me. And let me tell you what I mean by that. If you're driving down the road in your vehicle and there's something wrong with your engine, the check engine light comes on, right? It notifies you that you need to go get a diagnosis. You've got to go see a mechanic and figure out what's wrong before you have more damage, right? Doesn't it make sense that we have a device that's monitoring the most important vitals or bioparameters in our body? Like, it just makes sense. And then the emotional side set in. I thought, well, my dad needs that. You know, my brother needs that. He's got high blood pressure. And, you know, I want my kids wearing that because of the SOS feature. I've got 2 daughters that are almost 16 years old. They're allowed to group date at 16. I can't even handle this. I'm telling you as a father. But I can promise you they're not allowed to go out of the house without putting a device on so that they can push that SOS feature and dad will come running, I promise you. So for me, I just started thinking about all the different people in my life. My grandma, 84 years old, lives alone. She needs this device. And then I started to think about my mom. You know, I lost my mom last year suddenly to a heart attack. And it was the most devastating thing that I have ever lived through. And I think about that and I just think, you know, 1 in 3 women, 1 in 4 men will die of heart disease every year. More than all of the different types of cancers combined. if we have a device that can potentially warn or notify someone before it's too late, isn't it worth it? Like, what would that worth? What would, for me, it'd be worth to still have my mom here today? Like, I can't even tell you guys. So I just know that there is a need for this device, and there's nothing else out there like it. There's nothing else out there like it. I mean, I'm talking blood pressure, heart rate, EKG. There's just nothing else like it. I can even remotely monitor my grandmother in Las Vegas. I live in Arizona, and I can look at my phone and I can tell you what her blood pressure is. I get a notification if her blood pressure goes too high. Like, that's crazy. And not only that, but that SOS feature, I mean, maybe you have a younger child or think about this. Like, if something were to happen, God forbid, and they were taken and they were in a position where they needed help, they could push that little button on the side of their wrist and you would get a notification telling you they're in trouble and telling you exactly where their coordinates are. Somebody sent me today a real estate safety course that was being taught. And in this course, they actually showed the helo. Why? Because realtors are doing what? They're doing open houses by themselves in most cases with complete strangers. So this just adds an extra layer of protection. And then we have these germanium stones on the inside. And germanium is a natural antioxidant. It balances your ions. It increases your blood circulation. And I can tell you, it makes a huge difference. As you increase your blood circulation, people that have like neuropathy or aches and pains, this is phenomenal for you. Go do a Google search of germanium. That's all you have to do. Just look up germanium and see all of the health benefits that go along with it. We had a guy who got his device, he put it on, and the blood pressure was really high. He's like, it's not accurate. So then he does an EKG and it comes back abnormal, and he's like, well, that was it. And this thing doesn't work. He put it back into the box, set it on his kitchen table, and he was going to send it back for a refund. His wife saw it sitting there a couple of days later, and she's like, well, I'm going to try this thing on. She tries it on, and it's right on point. So they're thinking, well, maybe I should go to the pharmacy and get my blood pressure checked out. So he does, and he goes and he puts his arm in one of those cuffs, and he measures his blood pressure, and guess what? It was through the roof. So he's thinking, well, maybe I need to go see my doctor. So he goes and he sees his doctor the next day, and he's in open heart surgery within 24 hours with 2 blocked arteries. That's the power of the helo. There is no comparison. Like, if you look at the market demographic, the research, there's no comparison. You won't be able to get off this presentation and say you're the only game in town. You won't be able to get off this presentation and say, I've seen other companies doing this, because we're the only game in town. We are the only ones that have the ability to remotely monitor people that you love and care about. We're the only ones that have a device like this that literally can do an EKG right on the spot. And I love the fact that Fox News already picked up a story on this, and they said, let's look at the technology trends that are going to dominate in 2017. And they featured one device, and it was the helo. And then, of course, we get people go, well, how accurate really could it be? Well, let me tell you a story. So Toshiba heard about this technology last year. And they immediately approached the owner of our company, and they said, we want to buy this technology. And our owner said it's not for sale. And so at that point, it kicked off a 90-day evaluation process where they looked at the accuracy. Some of the top engineers in the world looked at the accuracy, the legitimacy, the efficacy of this product. They looked at the financial track record of the company, which is a debt-free company. And they said, we want to partner with you guys. And as a result of that, we formed a partnership with a 100-year-old $55 billion company, as this has never been done before in the network marketing industry. And I share this with you for one reason: credibility. Huge credibility. We are attracting people here that would have never done network marketing if it had not been for this technology. Why? Because technology runs and rules the world. I've had so many people say, Travis, I followed your career, and the lotions and potions and pills just weren't for me. But this is something that I can see myself being a part of. And that is what fires me up. We've got some other products. Biozen is a product that is just a game changer. You remember when we were a little, 10 years ago, we would always say, don't stand in front of the microwave. It's going to cause cancer. Well, they were right. All electrical devices put off a electronic magnetic frequency called EMFs, or electrosmog that is damaging to your DNA, period. We've got millennials that spend on average 9 hours a day on their phone, and it's not good for you. So we came out with a little sticker with a chip on it called Biozen that literally blocks those electronic magnetic frequencies. And if that's not enough, we just came out with the world's first phone that has the Biozen protection built into the inside of it. And I can tell you that this is getting ready to be introduced, and people are fired up about it. Come on, you guys. This company is just cool. There's no other way to describe what these guys are doing right now. Our marketing videos are off the hook. The products are absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to get my hand on that Infolio. As I started to look at the business, I started to see that we could do business anywhere in the world. This is a global economy today. This is a one world economy. They used to say it was the 7 degrees of separation. Now it's the 3 degrees of separation. Why? Because of social media. And when you have a product that is being built with a simple 2-minute video that goes viral literally because everybody is sharing it, it's crazy how quickly that it starts to expand. We are now doing business just in our organization in 12 countries in 4 months. I don't even know anybody in Shenzhen, China, but I know somebody that knows somebody that does. There is no country really that I've not had anybody come to me that says, can you do business in this country? And we say no. I think the only country we can't do business in is North Korea. Shucks, right? Darn, can't do business in North Korea, but you can do it anywhere else. And I'm fired up about that. I share this slide for one reason, potential. Network marketing, what I love about it is that there's nobody that's telling you what you're worth. There's nobody that's determining what your worth is. They're not saying this is what your salary is going to be. This is when you get to take a vacation. This is when you have to be at work, when you get to go home, when your lunch break is. You are paid based on the value that you bring to the table. You are paid based on your ability to be able to help other people. And I love it. It's the ultimate payment, pay it forward model. And if you look at some of the incomes of people in our organization, Chad and Atita Chong, who are number 1 in the United States, they're at $750,000 a month. And of course, I skipped over, I don't know how, Chanita and Nat, who are our global master distributors. They're over $1 million a month, you guys. What does that mean? It means they're really good at making a difference in people's lives. Ramasio Fulcher got involved literally 8 months ago. He's at $275,000 a month. Jeremy Roma, well over $100,000+ a month. My sponsor, Mike Sims, $116,000 a month. You guys, my wife and I got involved in this company on February 13th. We haven't had one opportunity meeting. I haven't had to invite my friends, my family members, everybody from church over to my house and mix up the latest flavored banana shake and tell them a story. I haven't had to send any samples out. I've shared a 2-minute video, and for those that wanted more information, I plugged them into a presentation like this. That's it. And our business, we personally sponsored 91 individuals into the business. We've grown well over 1,000 people in our organization, and we're generating approximately $15,000 a week in earnings. And we just got started 4 months ago. Guys, it's incredible what is happening here. In this company, in the last 6 months, we have broken 600 diamonds. Diamonds earn anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 a week. I've been in companies where it's like you might break 5 diamonds in a year, maybe 10, and that's a big deal. 600, and 400 of them are in this group that we're a part of. I'm just telling you, there is something very, very special that's going on here. So let's talk a little bit about what is in it for you and how World Global can help you get on a completely different path towards your financial freedom day, the day that you no longer have to trade time for dollars, the day that you can do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. So first of all, step number 1 is to become a team member. And for those of you that want to get involved and you're thinking, okay, I'm interested in becoming a customer, Or maybe you want to be a referral partner. You want to wear it casually. Somebody asks you about it. You share it with your friends. You want to get a little referral fee. This is a great option for you. You can buy a single box set. It's $319. You get the helo. You also get the germanium plate set. Great way to get started. Now, for those of you that are looking to build a business, we've got 3 different packs for you. So the first option is our family pack. And this is for somebody who's looking to get involved. They're looking to go out and start building a business. You get 5 helos. You get a 6th one for free. The price per helo goes down to $269 per month. It allows you to maximize the compensation plan. And here's what you can do. You're either going to take 1 helo and slap it on your wrist to go sell 4, get your money back, or you're going to give it to the people that you love and care about most. And we're going to show you with our system how to go out and start sharing a 2-minute video and get that initial investment back. The next option is our premium pack. And this is for people that are saying, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I want to treat it like a business from day one. And the reason why I like the premium pack is because it gives you enough inventory to truly run your business. And let me tell you what I mean by that. The helo is a valuable commodity. And it's difficult to keep them in stock, you guys. Like, one of the best ways to go build this business is every time a friend or a family member comes over, just put one on their wrist and say, listen, I got involved in a technology company. The stock's climbing through the roof. I'm doing some market research. Will you wear this for a week and tell me what you think? I promise you in a week, they're going to be like, man, I love running an EKG every single day. I love running my blood pressure. I'm not giving this thing back. How much is it? Every single time I've done it. And you know what's awesome is before I even followed up with them, I have them coming back to me going, my mom wants these. My grandma wants one of these. They're out there sharing it, and they don't even know what they're doing. In addition to that, when I sponsor people into my business, I don't want to wait 10 to 12 days for them to get their product. 10 to 12 business days. Like, do you realize how much money is lost in 10 to 12 business days? Here, take one of my helos right now. When your product arrives, just pay me back. It's all those little things that make a big difference in business. And so for me, I treat it like a business. And as a result of that, I get paid better than any business that I could even go think of starting today, more than a McDonald's franchise owner. And that costs me $1 million+ to get started in. And then we have our BioZen 30. For those of you that really like that BioZen story, it's a great story. I've got one on the back of my phone right now. I'll show you right here. See the little green thing right on the back of my phone? So you can get started with that. You can buy 30, you get 8 for free, and you get to still maximize the compensation plan coming in at that level as well. So you've got some different options. And let me just tell you something. We are running a promotion. This promotion is strictly for this group right here. It's not a team promote or company-wide promotion. Anybody that enrolls on a premium pack, you also get an 8-day, 7-night resort stay at over 3,500 destinations around the world. I'm talking about, you want to go to Italy, you want to go to Africa, you want to go to Asia, you want to go to South America, anywhere you want to go in Mexico, doesn't matter. Over 3,500 destinations around the world, 2 adults, 2 children, 8 days, 7 nights. And it's a $2,100 value. Doesn't include airfare. It's just the resort stay. But $2,100 value, and you get that simply for coming in on the premium pack. And that's going to be expiring here in the next couple of days. So it is huge value. So here's the first step. Pick your pack. Now, I want to teach you a wealth building principle. I think we're doing okay on time, so I want to make sure that you guys understand this, okay? Because there's a principle that allows the wealthy to continue to get wealthier. And yet the middle class, they're shrinking, right? They're shrinking. The divide is getting bigger and bigger. And here's one of the reasons why. So if you look at, study people like Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, those type of individuals, when they go and start a business, do you think that they use their money or the bank's money? Of course they use the bank's money, right? It's called OPM, other people's money. So what do? They go borrow the money from the bank. They buy the business. Then what do? They take the income from the business and they pay the bank back. And guess what? They acquire another income producing asset without spending their own money. It's called leverage. And they just keep acquiring additional income producing assets. The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. How many sources of income do you have right now? So here's what the middle class does. The middle class has that same form of leverage. They don't know how to use it properly. I'll give you an example. A credit card is a form of leverage. Home equity line is a form of leverage. Even a payday loan can be a form of leverage on a car, believe it or not. But here's the problem. What do most people do with those things? They go buy things they don't need. They acquire consumer debt. And now they're a slave to that debt. So instead, take that leverage and go buy a business. $1,999 on a credit card is a couple $100 a month. First of all, the $1,999 is a tax deduction. It moves you from a W-2 employee over to the entrepreneur quadrant, which means you now get all of the tax benefits that come from being an entrepreneur. In addition to that, you now have a business that's bringing in revenue, right? So what do? You pay off the debt first before you do anything else. And now you've acquired an income producing asset without coming out of bank, coming out of pocket, not bank. That is what the wealthy do. So once you pick your pack, here's what we're going to do. We're going to help you to go find two people by just sharing a simple 2-minute video. We're going to put one on your left and one on your right. Now, let me ask you guys something. Do you think between all of the people that you know, the hundreds of people that are in your phone, on social media, that there's going to be somebody that wants this helo, or somebody that's looking for a way to create a little bit of extra income on the side? You don't have to sell it. You don't have to explain it. All you got to do is share a 2-minute video. And for those that want more information, you plug them in here. We're going to help you to go find two people. At that point, you're now qualified to earn 20% team commissions. From that point forward, we're going to teach those two people how to do the same exact thing. Once you've done this, you've now qualified for all aspects of our compensation plan. Guys, it's not rocket science. It's really not. It's just about getting out there and sharing this. And here's what's exciting. There's only 7,000 distributors right now in North America, 10,000 customers. You already saw that we're going to go from no one knowing about this to everyone knowing about this in a very short period of time. That creates opportunity. Now, this is my favorite part. I want to talk to you that are here because you're looking to make some extra money. For those of you that are customers, this does not apply to you. But for those of you that want to make a little bit of extra money, this is the most exciting part of our program, because this is where the residual comes from. You see, we all have loyalty plans, right? I have a loyalty plan with AT&T right now. I spend $500 a month for all my phones, but they don't let me get paid by going out and sharing their products. But World Global does. I can go share their phones, their helos, all of their, the future apps that are coming out, all of those things. And I get paid on all of them. And the only expense is $59 a month. And here's the best part. It doesn't even have to come off your credit card. It can come off the top of your commissions, right off the top of your commissions every month. And here's what you get. You get a website and a back office that's going to track all of your sales around the world. You're going to get a customer support team that's going to be there to help manage your business, because we know that you're busy. And when you start getting a team with hundreds and eventually thousands of people, you don't want to be fielding all those calls. So you've got a customer support team that's going to be there for you. You can monitor up to 5 devices on one account. So I can take my wife and my children and my grandmother and put them all on the same account. You're going to get all kinds of tools and resources. We're going to plug you into a mentorship community that is dedicated to teaching you how to build this business, to helping you to develop the skills that you need to be successful, teaching you online marketing strategies and techniques that are effective. You're also going to get a protection plan for the helo and the Infolio. So if something happens to it, they'll replace it for you. And this is one of the coolest things. Every single time, every single month that you make your loyalty payment, they give you $75. It's called loyalty points, $75 that you can spend on whatever you want in the back office. And the reason why they do that is because we have new products that are coming out all the time. Think about what happens at Apple every October. They come out with a brand new cell phone. Why? Because people want the latest and greatest. It's what allows them to stay relevant. So we came out with the classic model last year, sold 200,000 devices. We came out with the Helo LX just in March of this year. Guys, we just started shipping this like 3 months ago. We've sold 500,000 devices since we first got started. And so when we come out with the next new product, whether it's the phone or the helo, you can store those loyalty points and you get the product for free. And what I love the most is that I get an additional 1% as a loyalty member of all of the sales of my team set aside into a savings account. It's called a money box. And every single week, they just keep putting another 1% in there. And so right now, my wife and I have about $2,500 sitting in that savings account after 4 months. By the end of the year, it'll be about $10,000. And on that 12th loyalty payment that we make, we get that check. Just a big bonus. To put this into perspective, it's $708 to run your entire business. I can't even go start a landscaping business, and just the gas alone would cost me more than that. And this business allows me to be able to live the quality of life that we want to live on our terms. Like, that's a no-brainer. And one of the coolest things is every $59 loyalty payment that's made in your organization, 30 of the sales volume rolls into your team commissions. You get paid on that. And they also do something I've never seen before. Every single person that you sponsor, every single month they pay you a fast start bonus on them. $6 fast start bonus every single month on every single one that you sponsor. So, as we kind of wrap this thing up, one of the things that drew me to this opportunity more than anything else was the high-speed, low-drag nature of the business. You guys, I've spent 10 years in this industry. I've traveled the world. I've done thousands of coffee table presentations, home parties, living room, doesn't matter, meeting rooms and hotel lobbies, you name it. And I don't want to do that anymore. Like, if I have to have a home party, I'm not doing it. Like, that's just how I feel about it. I'm sorry. I don't know if some of you guys agree with me or not, but I'm done with that. And so for me, we were looking for something that was high speed, low drag. We have other businesses that we're interested in now and that we're involved with. And so when I looked at this and I saw that it was easy as just getting enrolled, and all I do is I send a little 2-minute video. And for those that want more information, I plug them into a presentation like this, and I can go sponsor 90 plus people into the business and now have a team of over 1,000 people. We've broken 6 diamonds and above. We've helped thousands of people get on track towards a path towards financial freedom. Like, that's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. If you can literally get enrolled, send a text message with a video, and plug people into a presentation like this, you can make money here. That's it. Like, there's no, hey, let me send you a sample. Hey, come to my party on Wednesday night. There's none of that. We have an easy marketing system, guys. Send a link to your prospects. They watch the 2-minute video. They're ready to buy. If not, they go to the next step. Watch the 5-minute video. They're ready to buy. If not, they go to the next step. And they just come to a presentation like this. You let the system do the explaining for you. And we've got some cool systems that you can sign up for that have created out of the 600 diamonds, 400 of them, literally in the last 6 months. The culture here is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. I learned that when culture and community align, that's when momentum occurs. I'm going to an event this weekend in Beverly Hills with the presidents. It's a president's experience. We get together 4 times a year. We also have a diamond experience. We're getting ready to, coming up at the end of the beginning of next year, the diamond experience is in Punta Cana, am I saying that right? Santo Domingo, for 7 days. They just have an awesome culture here. They took everybody to Dubai, the Diamonds and Above before. The Diamonds and Above were awarded $12,000 in stock, you guys, just for showing up. I'm going to this president's experience this weekend, and they're giving away a couple more supercars. They're giving away a couple of, I think it's a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce, and they're giving away the pink slips. Of course, we have a $1,000 a month car bonus. It's awesome. But the things that are happening here, we just launched a jet program. You hit a certain level, you can now have a private jet available for you anytime that you want it, unlimited use. It'll be ready within 2 hours. You can charter the jet, go anywhere you want in the world. And by the way, when you get to where you go, they've got a millionaire mansion, starts at $2.5 million, goes up to $10 million. And the cost to rent the house is approximately $400 for the week. And it's yours to use whenever you want it. I mean, they're just doing things here that is crazy. So let me tell you why each and every one of you has a huge advantage right now. We just launched in North America in January. There's only 7,000 active distributors. The people that invited you here, they've got literally the top positions that are in their structure that are available. And what we told them is, look, you go out and you invite some friends, some people that you care about, that you want to see this opportunity. And they're able to extend the same opportunity that they were given, which is the ability to be able to get positioned in the top of that structure. And when you get positioned, you get a time and date stamp. And from that point forward, every single person that comes into that structure and the people that they go get and the teams that they go build, let's say this third person here goes and builds a team with 1,000 people, you get paid a little bit of money, a percentage off of every single sale that happens in that structure through infinity. I had people that I approached initially, and they had to think about it. They had to know all the details. They suffer from analysis through paralysis. Fear set in. They had to watch for a while. And you know what? I got positioned, and I positioned a bunch of my friends and a bunch more of my friends. And finally, they decided to get in, and they missed out on literally thousands of people that would have been in their downline. Ladies and gentlemen, one of 2 things is going to happen a year from now. Mark my words. You're either going to say, I remember when that Hilo was coming out, and no one really had heard about it yet, and I had a chance to be involved with it. Just like Fitbit a few years ago, no one had heard about it. Last year, they sold 7, or 20 million devices. Same thing's going to happen. And you will be able to say, I had a chance to be able to earn a percentage off of all of those, and I didn't do it. And chances are your life will probably be pretty similar to what it is today. Go back a year from now and tell me if your life is dramatically different. I'm sure for most of you it's not. Or you can say, you know what? I realized that if I want something different in my life, I need to start doing something different in my life. I need to start thinking differently. And I took a chance. I didn't know it all, but you know what? I acted. The number one personality trait or characteristic to the most successful people in the world, it comes back to one thing. They took action. And you know what? You got involved with this group. You started to learn. You started to grow. You started to get introduced to new people. A whole new world opened up to you. And a year from now, you can say, you know what? I can, for the first time, see how over the next couple of years, I'm going to be in a position to be able to declare my financial freedom day and do the things that I want to do rather than the things that I have to do. Now, listen, you've only got one responsibility tonight. That responsibility is to call the person or text the person right now that invited you and just tell them, I'm either in or I'm out. It's your call. One thing is for certain. I can promise you that with or without you, we're going to go to $3 billion. With or without you, the Hilo is going to go all around the world. And this is going to be one of those stories that you will be reminded of over and over again. The question is whether you want to be a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Travis Flaherty, and I am a world changer. And I just want to say thank you so much for giving me an hour of your time. I know that it's valuable. So with that, you guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night. What is that? Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. We've got another one of these. So why don't you go get 5 of your friends and say, listen, you got to see what's happening. Come right back here tomorrow night, and you'll see this presentation again. You guys take care. Bye-bye now.